Our guys were excited to return home from Georgia. We played well at App, despite losing Malik Wilson. Fought hard in the Georgia Southern game, got back home, and weren't able to pull out a victory. We had 2 days of really good practice, and we're excited about playing UTA. Felt like we played well at times, but not well enough to win. And turning to Texas State on Saturday, same type of game. We were trailed in the second half, made a push, but then had too many possessions right there in the game, both offensively and defensively. It didn't go our way, and put us in a deeper hole that we were not able to escape from. Those two Texas teams are good teams. We're a little bit banged up, but still we expect to win those games, and we didn't do it. Week off this week, and coaches are recruiting the last couple of days. The guys are getting treatment, getting some time away, and then we'll get back in class tomorrow, start practice for Monroe. On Saturday, which will be a reunion game, as Matt mentioned, and we're excited about our former players and staff, students, managers, administrative assistants coming back and being a part of this game against Monroe. It's been a lot of thought. I was talking to Bryant Bomaloo, who was a freshman. He's getting married next week, and we were on the phone Saturday, and we were talking about the Monroe game and the reunion game when Bryant was a freshman. I think our team was 5-14 at the time, and we reeled off 10 consecutive conference games. And he was asking me if we could do that. I said it's going to be difficult because we don't have guard play. Right now we're not deep enough at guard, but it's certainly possible, and it brought back some good memories of this Monroe game years ago that we won a close game here against the Warhawks. So we're excited for Saturday, looking forward to playing, and hopefully we have a great turnout from our former players and trainers and staff. Ertle's very good. They've got two good guards. Ertle and J.D. Williams are their best two players. They're outstanding. They've got some bigs that are very serviceable. Play like Tyrus quite a bit. For them, they have a couple of those guys. So they've had some rough go. They've had some injuries as well, and people miss games, and then they've had some tough luck.
So is Cedric long-term or short-term?
Not sure. Not sure. Haven't spoken to the doctors today. Spoke with BJ last night, and the X-rays and MRI came back clean. So he's going to meet with the doctor and see. He's having a lot of pain in that foot, and I've not talked to Cedric today.
When you're struggling with the guard play and or you're missing people, what kind of things can you do to kind of compensate?
We've been meeting. Our coaches have done a good job. We feel like trying to play to our strengths a little bit in other areas. Certainly Tyrus has been very effective. The other day he wasn't quite as good as he had been, but he has been a bright spot for us, so we try to get him the basketball a little bit more and do some things, play through him if he's on the court. So that's always been a challenge in itself. But just trying to get better defensively, and we got to make shots. I think PJ's 5 for 20 from 3 in the games that he's returned, and Cedric was 4 for 21 his last 20. We're not shooting the basketball good enough from the guard spot, but we've got to get in our offense to be able to do some things, and as you said, Tim, find a way to overcome that just because of our depth at guard. Hopefully we'll get one back this week. There's a chance we'll get one back for Saturday. We'll see. We'll know later in the week.
Monroe struggled in some of the games rebounding. Is that something that y'all can mentally take advantage of or go in like with a plan to take advantage of that?
That has been a strength of ours, and it got us back in the game the other night. We got on the old boards early in the second half and played with energy, and we've rebounded the ball pretty well. We've missed blockouts, as we talked about Saturday on occasion, that have hurt us, but we've rebounded the ball well as a whole, and I'm proud of our front line. Jalen and Dew and Tyrus, all those guys have done a pretty good job rebounding the basketball, and we've got to have it from the guard spots as well.
What about the penetration game? It seems like Calvin's trying to do it, but hadn't been able to maybe finish. I mean, what does that take away from your offense, not being able to penetrate and get some effectiveness?
Well, it's everything. We don't have a guy that can go downhill, and we had it with Trajan, we had it with Malik, and we had it with Kobe. And we don't have a guard that can do that at this time of the ball, and it really puts you at a disadvantage. I don't think I've ever played a year in my career where I didn't have a guy that could do that, and it makes a huge difference when you can attack and put pressure on the defense and create some easy opportunities. If you look back at last year, and I told our staff this is one thing losing Marcus Stroman, he got us so many easy baskets when a play would break down, and we're not able to do that at this current time with this group.
Do you guys, are you built to play with a lot more motion maybe and a lot of picks and stuff like that to pop somebody open on the perimeter?
Yeah, we are trying to do different things to him to spread it out and get better spacing. And I said this the other night, we had some success coming out of halftime. We changed a couple things. We got some good looks and got Jalen loose a couple times. We didn't score every time, but Texas State's very sound defensively, and they were able to take that away. And then we went back to what we were doing earlier and not having success with that either. So it's kind of like being an offensive coordinator in football. You just got to continue to call plays and try to figure out a plan of attack that you can score. And but we've been limited in our availability of guys to do that, and certainly it's hurt us on the offensive end.
There was one possession, I think, early in the first half where they reversed it really well. Do you like the way that they moved the ball?
Yes, we need to move it. We need to move it better. We definitely moved it better, I felt like, Saturday than we did against Arlington. Arlington played a lot of zone, but we need to share the ball more. We have too many guys trying to do it on their own, and that's a problem because you can't go 1-on-3.
Is there any good benefit to having only one game this week?
We'll get some rest, that's for sure. And guys have been able to be out recruiting. Coaches were out yesterday and today, and we've got a big week of recruiting planned. So that's a positive for us. Players just get away from it for a day, and get or an extra day really, with the holiday and not having class on today. So that's the main thing. No, he's back. He's back. He's getting married Sunday, and I'm going to go to his wedding Sunday. So.
Jalen mentioned on Saturday about how even all of this, that it's good because the young players are getting conference experience, going against that physicality, things of that sort. Do you see it that way for some of the freshmen and sophomores that they're getting their lumps and it'll pay off going forward?
Yeah, a little bit, but we've got only one senior on scholarship, and it's PJ. He's only played a handful of games. Mason's had a bad back, and he's played the most minutes he's ever played and trying to help us. But we're just a young group. But those guys need to play when they have the opportunity, Seth, and they are getting some experience. I do agree with that, but we've got to do a better job of performing, and that's not an excuse to me. Just being young, you've got to step up and do what you're asked to do.
Even though he has had the bad back and all that, how much does it help to have a walk-on is one like Mason, who's like you can rely on and depend on and does things the right way and all that?
Oh, he's been a blessing. He's been a great addition to our team, and he hurt his back this summer doing an internship with his job and out in the field. So he was limited and couldn't start practicing until we started games, and then we kind of worked him in to the rotation. But the most experienced guy on our team, he and PJ, and Mason can do different things, and he can score the ball. He hasn't statted like he's capable of doing, but he helps us do some little things. I mean, if you go back to the Little Rock game, we were down 3, and he's the one that made the pass to get Cedric the good look. I mean, he can step in and make a play that helps you win, even though you don't notice those type of plays.
Coach, you talked about doing some recruiting this week. So what are some of the things that you've been specifically looking for to add into the addition?
Well, always looking to add everything. Certainly a guard play. We're looking at guys that can handle the ball, shoot the ball. We're looking for inside guys that can rebound the ball. So just across the board, every position.
Does not having just because of his quickness in the hands and so forth. Has that been kind of almost overlooked to maybe that, I know y'all notice it, but maybe people haven't seen that, you know, you get an extra 3 or 4 possessions or not getting those when he's not
Right.
on the floor.
Well, the other coaches know that. I can promise you. They know that he's not out there, and some of the guys that we've been through, they talked about Kobe and him this weekend. The coaches did to me before the game, but we do miss him certainly, and hope he comes back. I mean, we played well against App. He had a career game, and he was leading the conference in 3-point field goal percentage, steals. I think he was 5th in scoring, 4th in rebounding. I mean, he was on his way to have freshman of the year, and then you miss a couple of games, you get kicked out of the stats. But he had gotten better each game. And, you know, he had 18 and 13 against Troy, and then we go up to App, and he plays super. So, you know, we've lost 4 in a row without him, but he's a guy that can make plays and certainly can take over a game and create more than the guys that we have. And you can go back and look at Kobe. We were 5 and 3 when he went out. So I mean, we've had difficulty scoring, and then losing Malik on top of that. It's just we don't have guys that can penetrate and get in the paint the way we'd like.